are canned and the water is filled at the mark where it's supposed to be. So I know that this method is different than what most people would do. I let the jars and the pot all heat up together, and so far we haven't had a problem with that. So there are a few books that we've been using to help us with our canning journey, and I'm going to share some with you and just let you know where I got my information for the potatoes. This one's called The Backyard Homestead. I'm going to stay focused and on topic of canning, otherwise I'm going to squirrel and start sharing with you how amazing this book is. I have dog ears and bookmarks on so many pages. It's been amazing over the years just using this and learning. So on page 80, it kind of goes into starting canning, some of the basics and what you need to start, and you know, the altitude adjustments and just all those little things that you're gonna need to know when you first get started. But then this one's sort of like the canning Bible, I've heard people say. And this is the more detailed, exactly how to, like you just saw the art and science of it. And these are all a bunch of different recipes. So this one's just kind of on vegetables and then the different packing. So like the raw pack method, hot pack, and then what you need to do for each vegetable. It'll go into details and then some different recipes. So this one is been very, very helpful. Okay, lastly, this is not a book, but I just printed it off online. I'll put the link in the description. But I just needed a cheat sheet. I didn't need to be thumbing through the books. So this one, it's, you know, for the vegetables and for the fruits. You can print off as much as you want, but this is the one that I normally use. You just scroll through, again, alphabetical order. So we're on potatoes. So you'll see potatoes new, whole, or cubed. And then you're always going to leave an inch head space. They're all going to be an inch head space in the jar. But then pints and minutes, quarts and minutes. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to see that, I'm sorry, that was the cold pack. We're in hot pack. The potatoes are going to be 35 minutes for the pint, and it's going to be 40 for quart. Yes, we will go swimming in just a minute. So this is what I'm going off of. And it's starting to heat up right now, and we'll be back. Okay, I'm going to show you some things to look for. You need to check which altitude level you're at. There is a website called whataltitude.com, and I'll put it in the description below. And then that way you can find out where you need to be at with your pressure. So we need to be at 11 pounds. And one of the ways that I know we're starting to build, one of the first signs is that this over here is going to start releasing some steam. It's kind of spitting out. Once it's up, there we go, the gauge is going to start moving, and like I said, I'm going to adjust it, but once it hits 11, I'm going to start timing it. And I showed you that we need to cook ours at our altitude for 40 minutes. This is your weight gauge, and you're going to need to stick this on. All right, so it has locked in place. It's no longer steaming, which is a good thing. And it's at 12, and I'm gonna just turn down the stove a little bit. It's okay if it goes over a tad, but I'm really trying to just keep it down at where it needs to be. I feel like that's the trickiest part. My timer's gone off, and I came over to remove the weight gauge. And once I did that, the steam started to come out and my pressure is starting to drop. Our next step is just waiting on it to get back down to 0. So the next and final step, I guess, is just making sure that you got a good seal, and you'll be able to check the top of the jars and make sure that they did seal.